not show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. It is show me your friend and I'll tell you where you're going. I think if you must achieve destiny, you have to be able to remove sentiment from your life. Destiny and sentiments does not align. And the next things I'm about to say might hurt a few people, but it's the truth. There are times you might even have to cut off your family just for a particular time to achieve what you're supposed to achieve. There are some times you have to intentionally break up with that person just for a particular period. There are some times when if you're trying to have friends that are not willing to see the vision you're seeing, you have to be careful, because it is not show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. It is show me your friend and I'll tell you where you're going. So if I can see who you spend 60 to 70% of your time, I can tell you where you're going to be in the next 5 years. What you think about yourself 5 years ago is where you are now. Where you'll be in the next 5 years is what you're thinking about. And the question is, what are you thinking about? You have to be very intentional when you're making decisions that pertains to destiny. And sometimes you have to be selfish, yes. Because I've seen some people, because you're trying to carry family, every little money you get, there's a place of balance for basic amenities, providing for. But when you now have people that are too entitled to feel that their money is your money, and because of the type of heart you have, they take your kindness for foolishness. And when they feel that they can no longer be able to collect that money from you, you become an evil person, forgetting everything you've done for them. It's a spirit. It's called the spirit of entitlement. But I'm not even going to go into that. There are sometimes you have to be very stern with certain decisions if you must get to where God wants you to get to. And I don't even know why this came into my spirit, but I know I'm talking to some people. Sometimes you have to isolate yourself for a while. Build systems, build structure, establish yourself. Make sure that money you get is not turning over. Every week you're getting money. You cannot bring that 10 or 20% to use and service family. But don't go and get capital and use capital and be sharing and solving family problem. Because in the next 10 years, because there's a financial window of a man, there is a particular time a man is allowed to touch a certain amount of money. What you do with that money that comes into your hand in that 10, 15 years will determine what the rest of your life will be. So depending on how you manage that money, you can think that money keeps coming in. A perfect example I'll give you are footballers. You make it, you're playing for Barcelona. It's a financial window. Footballers retire 38, 39, they've retired. So you don't go squandering money and thinking that this money, no, at a point that money will stop coming in. But it's what you did with the money that came in that will determine. And it's not just about football, it applies in every other areas of the life. But for that to happen, you have to learn to be frugal. You have to learn to be selfish. Selfish might not be the right word to use, but in this term is the only thing I believe you can understand. You have to learn to separate sentiments. You have to learn the people you give your time. There are 3 layers of time. The time you give for people you're helping. Right? If you're going to, maybe you're doing a training for people that you're mentoring, there's a particular time you give them. You don't give them 100%. You don't give them 50%. You give them about 20 to 30%. Sometimes less. And the reason is this. If you don't do that, you won't have what you feed yourself to give them. Then there is time you give your peers. People that you're on the same level with. People you can now discuss what is happening within your business associate. 50% is what you give them. The people you give 80 to 100% are people that you know that you drink from. Because it's a stream. This thing is like a pyramid. It's a stream. As it's coming down, you're now feeding every other person. If you're spending time where you are not getting fed, you're not drinking, you will run out of water. You will run out. You become dry. And those same people that you think that you're with them will abandon you. Because human beings are selfish like that. They want to also go and meet the next level. So position your time in like this. How do you spend most of your time? When you're on social media, what are you listening to? Are you just listening to banter? Are you on YouTube listening to things that will change your life or your business, or how to build structure for that particular business of yours? Or do you just want to stay in a blog where they are gossiping about things that will not add one kobo to whether your mind or your finances? Separate this thing in 3 ways, then become very intentional, because intentionality actually is what will get you to where God wants you to get to.